Hello there. I got a pretty interesting one for you today. We're headed over to meet with Ethan and Jared. We're replacing some parking lot lights that were recently damaged in the hurricanes we had a little while ago. Let's shoot over there and we'll check it out.
Slight correction, this pole right here that's leaning on the lift was damaged when they emptied the dumpster that's right behind the wall right here. The hurricane got the other one. What I'm doing right here is accessing the paperwork to try and get an idea on the torque spec requirements for the bolt pattern on the mounting plate and bracket. Now this should be an easy process, but as things go, sometimes there's a wrinkle. I was able to find a part that indicated that instead of a torque value, we should use the quote turn of the nut method. And that was defined as tightening the nut 1/6 past snug fit. And a snug fit is defined as the nut is in full contact with the aluminum base plate and assumes the full strength of a workman with a 12-inch wrench. Tell you what, I'd rather they just gave me a torque value. Would have made things a lot easier.
They said go snug to a 12-inch wrench.
Yeah, I actually called the company to confirm that, and they reiterated what I found in the paperwork, so that's what we did. Now, if you'll notice, there's a couple oddball conductors in here. We got a purple and a gray on top of the normal white and black for the high voltage circuit for the fixture itself. And those are for the Lutron system.
But I mean, we'll be back in 6 months when they knock it over again.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
Ethan was just joking with the manager about them busting this pole when they empty the dumpster the next time, but they were bringing out some of their amazing cookies. I only got one. Ethan and Jared ate the rest.
Some money, no. You know what he doing.
I agree, Ethan. I think he figured we would get hooked on the cookies so we could get a discount. So while I wired this up, I just wanted to mention that these are hinged poles. If you can notice, we already bolted down the base plate, and there's a hinge on the back that's connected, and that helps us to tilt it up once we're done. But you want the wiring to be kind of nice and neat so it doesn't get pinched in that process.
Any zip ties?
So like I said, now that it's nice and zip tied and tucked way up in there, as we stand up the pole and it hinges into position, it won't pinch the wires. These poles aren't super heavy, but it's nice to have the lift just to make sure that we have full control over it through the whole process and nobody gets hurt, doesn't get away from us, because if you don't have the lift and you start to get it tilted up and maybe there's a gust of wind or something happens, it can get away quick because it's got all that leverage from being so high up in the air. Right here you can see that hinged base plate in action, and it kind of just hinges right into place. Super convenient. This is where the lift comes in clutch. It's super easy for me to hold it while everybody works down below, nice and safe. Might have been tricky to hear, but I was just confirming with Ethan that the wires didn't get pinched as the pole hinged up, because he was kind of keeping an eye on it to make sure nothing fouled up in there while we were flopping it up.
And the big torque one. Yeah, just use the big torque one.
There's only 3 bolts on this part of the mounting bracket because there's a hinge on the backside. There's 4 bolts on the mounting base that goes right on top of the concrete.
Don't go too hard on it.
So we're pretty much wrapping it up with this pull. I'm definitely going to double check the tightness on all the bolts before we put the bolt caps on. So I like to set up sawhorses like this. It helps to unwrap the poles and with wiring a little bit later on. We actually started on this fixture this morning. We were unbolting the base plate here to begin with, and we ran into a little bit of a snag. A couple of the bolts just wouldn't move at all, so we hosed them down with WD-40. The other 2 came off, but just 2 were frozen, so hopefully the Joy Juice did its thing and we can get them to pop right off of there.
Yup.
I spruced up the bushes here a little bit because they were a little crushed down, but got it all cleaned up. Let's head over to the other side and get that last one in. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but there's quite a few nice cars in the parking lot here. I noticed a couple Rolls Royces, Maseratis, a couple others, but you definitely don't want to whack into one of them with the lift. So here's the 2 bolts that are doused with WD. The other 2 came off just fine, but now it's time to try and get those last 2 suckers off. They ended up being a little tighter than we thought. I didn't catch it on video very well, but I'll zoom in here in a second and you'll see that I snapped my friggin' 1/2-inch drive torque wrench. Yep, that was a surprise. I went flying backwards. And that's no Harbor Freight special. Nothing against Harbor Freight, I got plenty of that stuff. But this is an old school Craftsman Digitorque. They're at least like anywhere from like $200 to $300 for the 1/2-inch drive used. They're high end. I mean, people still want them even used. They don't make them anymore. So at this point I had to break out the big guns and get the jumbo box wrench set. Probably should have done that from the beginning because as you saw, I made pretty quick work out of it.
should have done that before I broke my nice torque wrench.
We had got it right for you, so yeah.
we loosened it up.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
You gotta look out for it.
Don't mention it. Don't mention it.
Such a big guy. I wasn't even there.
Yeah, seriously, that was so much. That was so much.
Doing my impact like that.
Yeah, seriously.
Impact up.
No, it just didn't do anything.
That's it.
Well, this is stronger by far.
Yeah.
Especially like that long. That's a lot of torque. Huh?
Yeah, you get that extra.
You know, you probably worked on shit in the military.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to
Look at
use
the
a.
torque now.
We used to use a piece of pipe.
I did. I brought a breaker bar too.
So I had a piece of pipe over the end.
I was looking for my torques because I mean I'd prefer not to, but if we had to, we would do it. I was just gonna do torques.
Oh, you're just gonna.
Right here.
So now that I did the hard work and got them loose, we can just zip them right off with the torque wrench real quick.
You wouldn't think you could break a torque wrench like that. You know what I mean?
No, not like that.
Come on, that's a half-inch drive. You should be able to do some serious torque. I'm lucky it didn't cut my hand too, because it's real sharp. That's like a razor. I felt sharp on my hand. You can see where it scratched it. I have my hands like that. Ooh, feel that.
Yeah, just drag it across. It's literally like a razor.
I had my hand right over the ratchet as it blew apart.
Sharp. Craftsman. Digitorque. But this is like old school Craftsman. You'd think it would be like good, you know?
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
like old school Craftsman.
Yeah.
I think it has a lifetime warranty on that. I'm not sure, but I'll double check. And even if they do replace it, I don't think it's going to be the same level of quality as the old ones because it'll be brand new. Right here we're unbolting the hinge bracket because it comes fully bolted together. You unbolt it and then the hinge can swing open. Just like that.
Oh. Slide that. We're pretty much right there. It's just gotta go down. Are we on any wire? Nope.
Ethan prepped the fixture side and he's pushing the push stick down.
Right? So it's gonna go this way. You want to look down it and see if that's like nice and perpendicular to the bolts.
That's it.
Good? Yeah.
Now I'm just wiring it up right here. I figured I'd slow it down a little bit so you guys could actually see what I'm doing. Just kidding. So I snug it down with the impact so that I could just tighten it in with the wrench to make sure it's snug tight like they would require. Time to stand her up.
Wire's good?
Yeah, wire's nice.
Wires are all good?
Yes, sir. Everything looking all right. Hold up. Got a piece of plastic. Oh. Good.
Now it's time to put on the base caps, tighten them down, and pretty much ready for a test. We're going to have to get into the control room to do that. So in just about a second here, Jared's going to run inside and talk to the manager about that. If you notice, once the lights come on, one's a little dimmer than the other one. And these are on a Lutron system, like I said before in the video. So they each have a dimmer control wire, and at some point somebody went around this parking lot with a light meter and made sure that the parking lot has a consistent light throughout, and they must have adjusted each one through the Lutron system, dimming each individual fixture to a perfect level to come up with a perfect ambient light throughout the whole parking lot.
Hey, Rob. What's that? I'm gonna go get the guy. You can turn him on? Yeah.
Bingo. Notice how that fixture's a little brighter. All right, so everything came out nice in this project. As you can see, that light's on and the other one's on over here. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.